This is Climate Curious, the podcast for people who are bored, scared, or confused by climate change.
I'm Maryam, Pasha, the director and curator at TEDxLondon and the co-host of this podcast, alongside the amazing Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Hurst, activist and advocate exploring what positive masculinities can look like, and self-confessed climate normie. Dorcas, thank you so much for joining us on Climate Curious. We are in Nairobi. In fact, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us here.
No, thank you, Benjamin, for having me here in my beautiful city.
Exactly, in your beautiful city. I spent some time here before the conference, and I went to Maasai Mara safari, which was crazy. Absolutely crazy. We went to Lake Nakuru, went to Naivasha. We've been to a bunch of places. And then we went to Diani Beach, and that was, really nice for a couple of days and like just chilled out by the beach. But this country is incredible. It's beautiful. It might be the most beautiful place I've ever been to in life. I'm so happy to be here. You've been hosting this week.
Yeah, I've been hosting, but I'm also curious to know from all the areas that you've been to, which has been like your highlight?
I think Naivasha was maybe my highlight. But was it? Do you know, I was like maybe 5 meters away from a giraffe, and I love giraffes, and so that was crazy. That was pretty intense. We cycled through Hell's Gate, which was pretty intense. More because of the cycling. I didn't see anything. I was just looking at the road. So that was tough, but it was nice. Okay. I think the parts... Do you know where it was? We were in maybe Lake Nakuru, and we were driving through the park that's like around it, and I saw the most. Like we saw lions, but those are real lions, you know? Like they're lions that would like... kill you if they got the chance. So it was cool. It was like real animals, not like zoo animals, which was incredible. And I don't think I've ever been that close to like actual wildlife, which was amazing.
Wow, beautiful.
And my partner, she's upstairs somewhere, but she was absolutely in awe of the Great Rift Valley. Like she was like almost crying. She cried at some cheetahs as well. That was, it's been, you know, we're not from places where we see these things all the time. So it was nuts. It was crazy. And I had some really interesting conversations. We're obviously going to have to cut loads of this out, but we had some really interesting conversations with some guys. We visited one of the villages, one of the Maasai villages. And they did a welcome dance for us, which was lovely. And they showed us how they get the blood from the cows.
Did you try it out?
No. No, I did not. No. And they showed us. I'm too scared.
It's easy, pretty
They
easy.
said it tastes nice though.
It does. Especially when you do a bit of beef, because it's a bit salty, salted. It's nice.
Tasty.
But you must have a very strong heart.
Yeah, no, I don't.
That.
I don't. Some of the warriors were telling me about some of the things that they've done, and I was like, I could never. I could never. And they showed us how to start a fire. But it's been a very informative, very educational, and very like beautiful and awe-inspiring trip, I would say. It's been amazing. So thank you for having us. We've had a lovely time. Asante sana.
Yes, that is it. Asante sana.
Asante sana is thank you very much, and
then I say karibu.
Karibu.
Beautiful.
Okay, so let's kick it off. I wanted to talk to you about your title, or your titles, plural, because you're a winner on more than one occasion. You're the title of the first Miss World or Miss Climate, and the title of the first Miss Climate Kenya.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a winner? How does it feel to be a winner?
First, it gives you bubbles. I would send butterflies. But just being a winner is really fulfilling, I would say. It's just like I'm the best in my own element. So it's a good feeling, I would say. Yeah,
it's crazy to know that no one's better than you. Nobody is better than you. It's nuts.
Yeah, indeed.
And I feel like pageants are like it feels like such a niche field. It doesn't feel like something that like I've got 3 sisters. I couldn't imagine any of my sisters being in pageants. Like, how do you stumble across that world, and what makes you want to be involved in it or be part of it?
Whoa, that's hard. Do you have time?
Yeah. You go.
Well, I would say my modeling basically started just somehow when I was in college doing my civil engineering then, back in 2019.
So you were a civil engineer?
Oh yeah, I'm a civil engineer. So back then, joined school, and then I was the most petite in that class. So somehow in the institution, you normally have these cultural events, and then now that we culminate it with a pageant event at the last day. So my classmates were like, you know what, we need someone to represent our class, and because you're the most petite, you have to represent us.
You have no choice.
I have no choice. I was given no choice.
You're doing it.
So I was scared, very shy at that time. Still very shy, but not that much. And you know, from where I came from, basically cultural norms had really gotten into my nerves in such a way that I would say into my system, yeah, because I loved them. I still love them now. So basically it wasn't something very normal for a girl to just stand on stage or even just speak in front of, you know, elderly people. So it was very difficult for me to just stand on stage knowing that there are 1,000+ students just looking at me on stage. So it was freaky scary. So then my classmates that I was like, okay, if I'm to represent you guys, you have to come there. So they came and they took the first row. And
they were cheering.
Yeah, they really cheered me up, and it really made me feel good and enjoy the moment and just give the best shots at that moment. So that is how I began. I became Miss Kiambu Institute of Science and Technology. Then from there, I would say I've never looked behind.
Never stopped.
I've never stopped.
Wow.
Transited to Miss Culture Deesha University, where I was doing music and language and performing arts. Then after that, transitioned to other modeling industries and platforms, became Miss Sensei Institute. So, I mean, don't worry, my career path has been confusing me. Myself.
As it should. That's always the path of a good career, right?
So at Sensei, I was doing plant operation and machinery, bulldozers, excavators, all those machines. I'm licensed, by the way. So then after that, I got crowned under Star of Excellence Awards. Then I got awarded as the Environmentalist of the Year.
Wow.
That was in 2020 to 2023. I don't really remember it that much. And that is where I started my passion on environmental sustainability and conservation. So from there, Miss Climate Kenya opportunity came up. I contested for Miss Climate. Voila, I got it. So Miss Climate is a national platform. We contested across the 47 counties in Kenya. So yeah, I got it. And one motivating factor for me of not going back is where I came from, or where I come from. So many other girls are have been raised in a way that I felt like really limited me in a way when I was, beginning life. So I would say Nairobi life has really enlightened me in a big way. And I really want to bring I might not be able to bring them to Nairobi, but I can take what I have learned here back at home.
Back home.
Yeah. So that has been my focus. I'm like, okay, I might not make myself proud, but I have a whole group of women and girls waiting for me at home, looking up to me, and I have to make them proud.
Wow. So you have a storied career already. You look super young, so I'm assuming that this is early on in your career.
Yeah.
But you've done a lot of stuff, and from what I know of, we spent some time with the Maasai Mara, or with the Maasai people in Maasai Mara, and from what I understand from them, conservation is in your blood. That's it's your way of life. It's non-negotiable. It's how you survive. It's how you sustain the land. All of those kinds of things. I want to ask you where your passion for. You mentioned that passion for conservation work started after you won your first title. But what birthed that moment? Was there a specific moment or something that happened where you thought, oh, this is really important to me, or is it just your way of being?
I would say, how do I put it now? I honestly have no idea how to put it, but just saying that at that moment, I knew I really wanted to do conservation. But just sitting back and realizing that all my life I've been on conservation, we have lived peacefully coexisted with wildlife for decades.
Yeah.
And I know how important it is to create a space that is really convenient for the wildlife and for us. So I come from Kajiado County. It's not very far from here. We border the Nairobi National Park. One surprising factor is, or thing I want to share with you. Last week on Monday, a lioness was, caught, or it was taken back to the Nairobi National Park from our village.
Oh.
So the lioness has been in our village for more than 5 months.
Wow.
It has eaten our goats, our cows.
Yeah, as they do.
Dogs have not been left behind.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that it had cubs when in Kajiado County. So then the lioness was taken back to the national park, but until now, we have 3 cubs on the loose. So that really explains how much the Maasai people really coexist with wildlife. If we didn't have that passion in us, we could have killed them. I mean, we're so good in doing that.
Yeah.
But just living in a community that embraces them and tells, you know what, there's something called a giraffe, there's something called a zebra, there's something called a wild beast and buffalo, you should take care of this and this and that. And you should just make sure that you not also get to inconvenience them in how they live and how they take the whole approach of life. So I would say conservation, clicking in my mind that this is what I'm doing actually. This is what is called conservation. Started when I won the award. But deep down, I did things that I didn't know.
Doing it.
I was doing conservation on the side.
Yeah. And so important. I think there's something, like one of the things that I've realized whilst being here is how connected we are to nature. You know, like sometimes people, I think we think of ourselves as humans and nature as a separate thing. And like sometimes we see nature or we go and visit nature. But it's so interesting to think like those lions and those zebras and those giraffes have as much right to the land as any person does. And so coexisting is not optional, right? Like you have to do that because that's the way of life, the way of the land, and also the land requires all of those animals to be there in order for it to survive in the way that's habitable for people.
Absolutely.
It's super interesting. So where does climate change come into all of this for you? Like is that something that you see impacting your people, your community? Is it something that's impacted your way of life, or is it like because I know for lots of people, especially for lots of our listeners, climate change is like a concept or like an idea that exists of something that happens somewhere else.
Yeah.
But where do you see that around?
Well, climate change is very personal to me. I would say that. One, because I'm 100% a nomad or indigenous girl. And our way of life has been surviving by having livestock at home. So in 2023, we had a prolonged drought here in Kenya. My father had around 68 cows at that time.
Wow.
And then drought struck, prolonged drought, and we were left with about 31 cows.
Okay.
They died.
Less than half
Yes.
the cows.
And then the ones that were left were emaciated, like you can't even sell them. So at that time, I was just finalizing my music and a language and performing arts in Deesha University. And I really wanted to transition into community development because at the end of the day, I really wanted to do collecting stories through music because that was the easiest form. So while we did 5 songs with women and girls that I think I'm going to talk about later on with the projects I work on here in Kenya. But for some reason, I couldn't join school. In 2023, I stayed at home. 2024, I was at home because I have other siblings who also waited for me when I was in school. So they had to go back.
Okay.
So apparently this last June, right? Late May, I enrolled for a bachelor's in community development at Deesha University. I wouldn't lie to you, Benjamin. I have started. I have not even cleared my school fees right now as we speak. Right. My other siblings are doing their bachelor's also. And my father, I remember one thing he told me was like, you know what, just start. We're going to figure it out somehow. So this issue of climate change is really personal to me because it has also interfered with my progress in terms of education. And apart from that, I have seen how much of impact it has created with the community I live in, how many girls have been given out in this time of drought, how many girls we have lost into marriage and female genital mutilation. That's a cultural kind of path. If you have to get married, you have to go through female genital mutilation, which is not very easy. Oh,
that's a prerequisite for marriage?
Yes.
Is it like a rite of passage, or is it like it's a Non-negotiable.
Well, it was a non-negotiable kind of thing, especially with parents. It depends on your father. I mean, for me, my dad was a teacher. He got an opportunity to go to school in colonial times somehow. So he clearly knew the need of not taking us through FGM. But in most communities, you find that when your father gives a pass, you like it or not, you have to go through it.
You have to do it.
And after going through it, you are a woman. You can be a wife. At 12 years old, you can be a mother. At 13, you can be a wife. You can be a very important person in the community. So in this case, again, it has its benefits and disadvantages in community in this case. When you go through FGM, you're termed to be a woman, someone who has matured to a particular standard. So you can be a woman at 12 years old. Yeah. And it is easy for the community to give you an ear whenever you want to say something.
Okay, right.
But you can be, in my case, you can be 20, 25, 30-year-old, but you haven't gone through FGM. And the community will give, they won't even pay attention to what you say. Because they're like, no, what does a small uncircumcised girl have to tell us? You have nothing to say. Like, no, go address some other kids like you are. So it also has its advantages and disadvantages. And drought has had its own consequences, I would say.
Right.
And when we're just healing from the drought, floods came.
Yeah.
So there's the small amount of investment you are left with in terms of cows were washed away because they are very weak and they can't really fight for themselves. So drought, I would say, or climate change is really personal to me. And I know how much the Maasai people can thrive in a very good environment where the climate is good. Yeah.
And this is like a deeply woven issue that you're explaining here, because my understanding is that cows are used as dowry, and so when all of the cows are wiped out, then is that why people would be given for marriage, or is that how that happens in terms of, I can't find my words, but is that how you said the girls will be given and then they have to be circumcised to be given? Was that for dowries, or was it just for relationships and building community with other villages?
In terms of giving cows? Cows is a form of dowry. Yeah. For the Maasai people, we don't build villages. What village? I mean, my home.
In the village.
Yeah, everyone is in the village.
Yeah.
Cows are a form of pride for the Maasai people. And when you give away a cow or cows, it's a form of showing respect and showing that I acknowledge that I have your girl and I'll take good care of her. So it also shows wealth. The more you have cows, the more wealthier you are, and the more you can get many wives as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it Isilan? How do I say the name of the
Isilan.
Isilan.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me about the work that you're doing in the community through the Isilan? Is it a foundation? Is it a trust? Is it a NGO? What is the organization, and how does it work, and how long have you been doing it for?
Okay. So I feel like I should take you back a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
From the previous question. When you're talking about girls being given out because we have the cows, and when you're giving them out, it means there's plenty in land, there's pasture and life is good.
Yeah.
So I want you to go back a little bit. What happens when you do not have abundance in your land and you have to survive somehow? You give away your girls in exchange of pasture, in this case. So I'll just give an example of you and Ben, yeah? Let's say Ben has a huge parcel of land, okay, that he's not utilizing. And then for you, you have cows and you have a girl, okay? So these cows, you not give them corn or flour or bread. They have to get grass in that case.
Grass, yeah.
So what happens? You have to do barter trade with who? Ben. So you give Ben your daughter. So then Ben can give you a section of land to feed your cattle.
Right.
So that is one thing that really happened during the drought or the dry season in most parts of the country.
Right, because everybody needed land. Everybody needed more pasture.
Yeah, I need more pasture, and I need to survive. If I have pasture, my family survives. I can sell and take care of my many wives, So then this thing of Girls for Grass, I don't know, I have been speaking about it many times. And it has been such a big deal. And we have lost so many girls in this case. So, yeah, I just wanted to think through with you. Yeah, I'm not sure you ever heard of that.
No, I've never heard of Girls for Grass before. Yeah.
Yes.
But I understand the concept. And I also think that sometimes we talk about these things as though there's no emotional world to it. Like the difficulty of giving away one of your daughters, or the difficulty of feeling like you have to bargain for land, or all of those things are so complex. And so the work that you're doing is to challenge Girls for Grass, or is to challenge, like, what is it that you're doing with Islam?
So basically with Islam, I would say is creating opportunities just to make sure that we do not have to rely on giving out our girls to survive.
Okay.
So with Islam, I work closely with survivors of female genital mutilation, that is FGM, early marriage, and gender-based violence. So if you connect all these things, it levels down to climate change. For any cultural malpractice to happen in a community, climate change propels it in one way or another, either drought or, there's just something wrong with how these people are surviving. So with Islam, we are creating possible solutions in very small ways. One, I would say preaching it, telling people that this is not right. We have gone through it, and it adds no value to us as a woman or to your husband, or it just deducts much from a woman and poses them to so much risks, like giving birth, complications. So with Islam, we have done songs. We've done 5 songs recorded. And we recently finalized one with Red Fourth Chorus called Boy Analia. So basically, this is a young boy who's crying, saying, my sister has been missing for some time, and I really hope you guys have not given her out for marriage. So through that kind of music, it's more of trying to putting into people's minds that even young children have a voice, and they have emotions, and they really know what really happened, in as much as they don't talk about it. So with the other songs we have recorded but not yet produced, their videos because of financial constraints here and there. But basically it talks about education, need to end FGM, environmental conservation, the power of your voice, and also embracing our culture and traditions. So with Islam, apart from that, we also do beadwork. They glove me.
Your beats also, I know some of you won't be able to see this right now, but these beats are incredible.
Thank you very much. So they basically do this. I've been dressing in Maasai outfits since day one of the conference, and it really felt good, especially co-hosting the first session and just glamming in my whole element, because I was like, okay, I'm just carrying the whole crown of my community and all the girls that I represent out here. So we do beadwork, and through this beadwork we sell them. These pieces we sell them. By selling them, we empower them. We give them some amount of income from it. They're able to buy sanitary towels for their girls. They're able to buy a packet of flour and vegetables and things like that, and small developments in their homes in a smaller way. So Islam is a community-based organization that is based in Kajiado County. We started it as a self-help group in 2019. So now we are celebrating 5 years since we started our work. And Islam is that we are Islam, and we are also champion on environmental conservation. Last year we did 100,000 tree seedlings.
Wow.
We did
100,000.
100,000 tree seedlings. So we did do seed beds, and then we transplanted them to potting bags. We donated some to the community, to schools, to gazetted forests here in Kenya, just to also spread the message that we are the ones to be on the revolution to the change that we want to see. Basically leading by example. I have gone through this. You don't have to go through it, so you can understand what we are talking about, like leading by example. Yeah,
I love it. And I'd love to know why. It's maybe a difficult question to answer, but why do you believe that empowering women is so important when it comes to tackling the climate crisis? Are those two things linked for you, and why is that important?
It is linked for me. One, because women stay at home most of the time. I would count times where I have stayed at home with my father since I was born.
Right. Right.
Like a whole day, and I'm just here with my father. Will be less than 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
since birth. But for my mom, she has been there since my small age.
Okay.
My
So
small
the
time.
tradition, different to your experience, but the tradition is women stay at home.
Yeah, women
Okay.
stay at home, and for
Right.
us, women are not allowed to work, by the
Right.
way. Yes. So your work is to stay at home, raise the kids, and talk to them, and just making sure that they have discipline. Because if they go and just get to be indisciplined, then it's your fault as a mother. But if they're doing really well and everything is working out for
You
them,
did a good job.
they're doing a good job,
Yeah.
and it's because of their father.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Right.
so I truly believe that women are leading the change. Yeah. In terms of also being in the family. Because I'll advise you, I'll tell you, after taking water, maybe with a glass, you need to rinse it in the tap and put it back in the rank. Yeah. If you're maybe enjoying a snack at home, I have to tell you, no. That piece of paper you have to put in the bin. And which kind of bin? Either for plastics, either for organic matter and things like that. So a woman leads change. Yeah. Getting to also make their home beautiful. Most of the time you find that a woman decides on which kind of flower she wants to plant in her garden. Or if she wants to do vegetables, she decides which vegetables. I'm tempted to ask if you ever suggested to do vegetables or even just a vertical garden in your home.
No.
Yeah.
And I consider myself to be pretty progressive, but no, I very rarely choose the floral arrangements or the vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically the role of women really stands out. And women are powerful and women have so much patience. You guys tend to be very impatient with so many things. But just having a woman in a home makes it warm, makes it feel at home, makes it just a lovely space being there. So I believe that women and leading climate change is important. And I always say, I wish we could always prioritize on empowering women more. Because when a woman is empowered, my son will be empowered. My daughter will be empowered.
Right.
I will also work hard and be a better person, and my husband will feel good, and he'll equally be empowered to keep pushing and providing for our family. So that is my take on that.
Okay. So women are fundamental parts of the community. They're the heart of the community in lots of ways.
Yeah.
They touch every area
Every
of
area.
the community. And so when they're empowered, the whole community is empowered.
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
community is strengthened. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, we're going to draw to a close here. And the question I want to ask you is, what message you would want to give to young people who are all around the world, we've got listeners everywhere, who want to do that work of protecting the planet and protecting their community at the same time? Is there a way that they can chart that path, and what advice would you give to anybody who wants to do that?
I wouldn't say there's a clear path to do that because, as we've discussed, mine is equally not very clear was not very
Yeah.
clear since the beginning. But I've always believed that giving your best in every single way always comes back to you. In terms of starting from how you think, how you interact with people, your perspective towards life, your perspective towards what other people do is really important. Again, as a young person, I always say, try things as much as you can. Be ready to mess up. Be open to do a lot sort of things in a wrong way.
Yeah.
And be open to learn and don't do that mistake any other time. So my advice will be love life, live life, and do what you'd like someone else to do to you. Create a space where you'd like someone else to give you that kind of space. If you'd enjoy having someone get trash and put on your laps, if you'd love that, actually be like, wow, you did that. Oh, I'm so happy. Then do it for the planet, okay? But if you do not like someone just coming and throwing garbage on you, then don't throw garbage to the planet that we're living in. So lead the change and be the change that we want to see, and be happy, live happily, and life is too short to compromise.
Dorcas, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sitting with me and chatting with me. And I feel like there's a real I was going to say strength. Strength is not the word that I'm looking for. I'm trying to say I can see why you won the pageants.
Yeah.
I can see why, because it's not just about how you look.
Yeah.
It's also about what is inside of you that comes out when you speak. And I think there's something so powerful and something so inspirational. I love the work that you're doing. It's incredible. I think it's so important that people, when we're talking about climate change and climate action and all of these things, that it's not just about the big world out there. It's also about being based in our communities. It's also about helping the people that are directly around us. Yeah. And I love that message of doing everything that you're doing as good as you can do it. Try your best at everything. Yeah. Be happy, live your life, enjoy yourself. Yeah. It's great advice. So thank you for being here and thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me, Benjamin. It has been really nice.
Thank you for joining us this week. We really hope you enjoyed this episode.
If you did, please hit the follow button to make sure that you get next week's releases. And please leave a rating and a review.
Now, let's shout out to our fabulous team behind the pod.
Executive produced by Josie Colter.
Produced by Ben Beheshty.
Music also by Ben Beheshty.
Communications by Tara Cooper and Issey Gladston.
Curation by Deesha Chandra.
Hosted by Ben Hurst.
And Maryam Pasha.
And remember,
stay curious.